Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Salute to Industry. I'm happy to introduce Bill Barnett today, who's with us. I very much love this mission. I've been around the software space for a little bit of time, and this was a sensitive topic. I know years ago when I was in the startup world, we were producing some software around social media content, video content. I mean, this was a very gray area a few years back. So I love the topic today, and we're going to introduce Bill Barnett from Mission Hire Me. And welcome to the show, Bill, and introduce yourself, please, and talk a little bit about Mission Hire Me and give us a setup there.
Don, it's good to be with you today. Yeah, we've been doing this now for about 2.5 years, and it's a funny little story how it started. I work with a charity in Los Angeles, and they work with all underserved communities. And they got a call from California Workforce and said, guys, we know the work that you do, but we have a grant specifically for veterans. And these particular veterans have been out of work for a minimum of 6 months and some of them up to 3 years. They're not what they call the most desirable. They had been out of work for a while. They were older. They didn't have good skills. They said, anything that you can do to help these people get jobs, we would really appreciate. So they called me, this group that I work with calls me, and they said, Bill, we need some extra pizzazz. We need another layer other than helping with their resume and their LinkedIn profile. What else can we do? So my background is production and entertainment, and I came up with the idea of doing video profiles. And they submitted it back to California Workforce, and they flipped. They said, great idea. We have no idea how to do something like that, but we love the idea. Let's give it a shot. So,
well, go ahead. Sorry, finish your thought there.
Yeah, so I was going to say, so we got these 30 people, and we prepped them, and we primed them, and we got them all ready. And within 2 to 3 months, 24 of the first 30 got jobs.
Wow.
And California Workforce liked it so much, they said, you know what? We're going to double the grant. We've never done that before. This is all we had, but we're finding more money. And they doubled the grant, and since then, it's been like a snowball effect.
Well, it's a great story and a testament to just how things really get started in the nonprofit space with programs. I mean, you see a need, fill a need, right? I mean, there's so much duplication of efforts out there these days that I love that it's such a unique thing to the niche of employment, which is such a big space. There's hundreds of thousands of people leaving every year. And it's such a personal touch to employment, right? Because it's definitely needed there, but go ahead and talk about the video.
So the thing that we do is a lot of people say, well, what are these? Are these like resumes? Are these video resumes? They're not video resumes. When an employer is looking at you, they already have your resume. They already have your LinkedIn profile. We bring a whole different element to the table. We want to, this is a virtual introduction. You got one chance to make a good first impression, and this video is it. Yeah. And we do our share of editing, and we've got graphics, and we've got music, we've got the whole thing behind it. So I promise you, when you have this video ready to go to an employer, it is ready to go.
Yes.
And it's an icebreaker. It's a way of saying, look, I'm a vet. There may be some built-in bias against vets. Do I have the right culture fit? Do I have the right education? Well, here's a way to break that iceberg and say, look, here's who I am. Give me a chance to get that for the interview. That's what it does.
Well, and especially important in today's environment. I mean, it's such a hyper-competitive marketplace. Just getting the job, anyways. It's such an unprofessional. I don't want to say unprofessional, but it's not a very personal process. I mean, you go into a lump of resumes that get sorted digitally, before they really get to the meat of who they're going to interview. But this brings across that flavor because everybody wants a cultural fit, right? These days, I think that's what employers are looking for just as much as job seekers as well. So I think this is the perfect fit of that. Do me a favor, Bill. Let's walk through. I mean, we touched a little bit about why video candidates are important, but there's some importance of stats I want you to touch on for us. I saw on the website. Can you walk us through a little bit of these, and I'll run them through with you if you want. It's 60% of people with the video before reading. A few of these stats here. I'll lob them up on the screen here, or you can speak to them. But let me talk through them. 60% of people will view a video before reading. We all know that. We consume a lot of video today. I do myself. Right. We're making videos today with Bill because of that exact reason. Right. But these are interesting stats. Resumes with images are 7 times more likely to be viewed. Users are 6 times more likely to recall video than text. We know that. 40% better response rate when video is present in your journey. I mean, that's huge. And your success rate exceeds 80% people, 80%. I mean, can you just talk to a little bit about these?
So what's interesting about this, and this goes back several years, and LinkedIn did a study about 15 years ago about how much more important it was to have a picture. Everybody's got a LinkedIn. How important it is to have a picture on your LinkedIn profile.
Right. Yeah.
It was some astronomical number, like 87% of your profiles got viewed if you had a picture up there. So we kind of dove into those stats, and we worked with LinkedIn, and we worked with a few other sites, and we found out how important it was to have a video attached with a resume. So one of the best examples, the two biggest stats are how much more people will recall you when you have a video attached. They already have a connection with you. They know who you are because they've seen the whites of your eyes. They see your passion. They see how much this job means to you because you took the effort, first of all, to make a video. And second, it's that extra layer. And so the recall is very big. But the other thing is they spend more time viewing your qualifications than a resume. A resume gets an average of 20 to 30 seconds of viewing. Well, with our videos, we have found that over 80% of the employers viewed the entire video.
Wow.
And so it's not a long time, it's 2 minutes, but if you're going to learn a lot more about a person in 2 minutes than you are in 20 seconds. So that's the key that we found. And I cannot tell you from employers, how many employers have called us and said, Bill, these videos are game changers. And I'll give you a little backstory here. We talked to a couple of employers when we were doing our due diligence on doing these videos. And they said, Bill, I don't mind hiring veterans, but I got to tell you something. I'm a little afraid of what I'm going to get. So what's easier for me is almost not to bring the veteran in because I don't want to give them bad news and not hire them. So what we've done is not only change the game as far as getting people hired, the main thing that we've done is change the game as far as these people getting interviews. That was the problem that we were having. Yeah. Are they getting the interviews? What we have done has opened that door.
Well, and anything to drive the mission. I mean, we see 20,000 plus people a year in assist, and helping people find employment. I mean, so we get it, and this is just a game changer. And we're just a great partner and a great fit for you. And I look forward to, doing great things with you guys in 2021 and beyond. I mean, this is just phenomenal. But let's talk about what this process looks like. I've seen some examples, and we can also, when we post socially, we'll get some out there. But walk us through the process of creating a video with, I say MHM, but Mission Hire Me.
Yeah, so I got to tell you, it is so simple. We made it so that anybody can do this, no matter where you are in the country, no matter what your capabilities are. It's so simple. The first thing you do is just go to our website, missionhireme.com. The last click over is contact/sign up. All you do is sign up there. It's like 6 or 7 simple questions: your name, your contact information. Are you active? Are you a spouse? Just really simple questions. Then we will send you back a one-sheeter. And on that one-sheeter, sorry about that, on that one-sheeter is information that will tell you a quick little video on what you're going to go through, the process you're going to go through. And all you have to do is upload your resume and some background pictures. So if you are into sports, maybe there's some pictures of you playing sports. Whatever background pictures we think are going to support your story, that's what we need, along with some military pictures. And then we set up an interview with you. It takes no more than 1 hour, usually 30 to 40 minutes. And it goes back to our editing bay, and we take it from there. And we have a fully edited video for you, usually within 3 weeks. You can put it up on your LinkedIn, on a job application, on a resume, on a cover letter, whatever you want.
Definitely a game changer. I just love the niche again. Boy, you guys are just a production house over there, huh?
We are.
Coming in and going right back out the other side of the factory.
We are, and we do as many as we can. We get people, you guys have sent us several candidates already, and we've got a bunch of different partners, and we just get calls out of the blue. People heard us on a podcast. They read about us in a magazine. They heard about, and we just get vets from all over saying, I've been looking for a job. This really can help me. They sign up. We get them a video within 3 weeks.
Do me a favor. Let's talk a little bit about who's eligible for the program. Just to clarify for those in the audience, I know that both of us know this, but let's just talk through it real quick for those that are listening today.
Yeah, so all military members, anybody that's been currently or transitioning out, or military people that have been out for several years. We've done some people that are 50, 60 years old. That first group of 30, I would say 15 of them were over 50 years old. So that's why that was such a difficult group. And then we are very, very anxious to get as many military spouses as possible. We're also working with a lot of companies that hire remote workers. So for military spouses that have to travel, it's a perfect landing spot for them.
Have we connected you yet with Spouse Nation in our project over there with Stacey Harris?
Yes, we have been connected. In fact, Sandy has connected me with a few different groups, and so we're working with several different groups that are bringing spouses and military. But
we're coming at you left and right today. Right. I know you got this going on, but I just want to make sure that we're plugging you guys in correctly, because we have a lot of different programs going out for spouses, veterans, transitioning guys as well. You know, and again, being that fit, I mean, we just see hundreds of people. You know, and I'll talk to you offline about getting you guys involved in some of our upfront, you know, content that goes out to people as they're registering with us too. But talk about a little bit more, because you guys just aren't videos. I know that you guys offer some other pieces to the program. So let's talk through that, please.
We do. I'm glad you're asking that. So there's 3 parts to our service. Everybody knows about our video service. That's our you know, kind of our claim to fame that everybody pulls on. But we have 2 other products. One is called Job Search Masterclass. And it is a fabulous online, I don't want to say course, but an online, I guess it is. It's kind of a course that teaches people how to interview. And it's great because it prepares you not only for what you should do to prepare for an interview, but what happens even after the interview. So questions that you should be prepared to answer, questions that you should be prepared to ask. And also follow-up. So many vets and anybody really have such a hard time understanding the importance of follow-up. When you know, I got to tell you, I hired a gal out several years ago, my last company, and we had a really good interview. I talked to 6 or 7 people. A day later, I got a PowerPoint from her with suggestions on how she would do her job. Well, to say that stood out is an understatement.
Right.
Needless to say, she got the job the next day.
You're like, thank you for the notes.
Right, exactly. It was a great idea. And some of it was relevant, some of it wasn't, because she had just come in for an interview. And the other thing I want to say is that doing what we're doing is an important life lesson for vets and transitioning vets and spouses, is to know as much about your audience as you possibly can. So when people come in to me to interview, I want them to know what I do. I want them to know about my background. And Job Search Masterclass goes through those motions with you, teaching you guys, an interview is not just the 30 minutes you spend in that office. It's knowing who that person is before, or that company is, before you go in for that interview. And that's kind of what they do. And I'm a big fan of what they do. And then the other part that we have is called Heroes Linked. And they're one of the largest veteran mentoring networks in the country. And so whoever you are, no matter what you're looking for, there's going to be a mentor on there that's done what you've done before, that's walked in the path that you want to walk in. And so all you have to do is go onto our site, you sign up with Heroes Linked, you put in who you are, what you're looking for, it'll line you up with some mentors, and you'll be able to pick and choose who you want to talk to. So that's our service.
And that's, I mean, I can't express how important that is today, especially for us. We talk a lot about career progression and not just getting you a job, but what's your career path? You know, so aligning with a mentor out there for those that are in the audience, I mean, this is how you get ahead in the industry. This is how you think through your next 5 moves ahead. I mean, it's not just about what you're doing today. I mean, we're always striving to do better and be better and, you know, move up the value chain of whatever it is that you want to achieve. But that's how you do it. I mean, finding and aligning with these mentors is the way to go. I mean, they're going to walk you through, you know, a career path, basically.
Right. I'll tell you one comment I have is, and this has gone throughout my life, all my hiring, I've had several different companies, is that the more effort somebody puts out, the more they're going to stand out.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many people have just done kind of the bare minimum. They come in, they brought their resume, they talk about it. But when somebody comes in and they say, Bill, I noticed you went to USC, or Bill, I noticed you used to play tennis, or you did that. It says, wow, this person did a little research. This person did a little background. And that kind of comes full circle about with our videos. When an employer sees that an applicant, a candidate, has produced a video to show somebody, they say, this person has got that fight, that little extra that I'm really looking for an employee. And that's why these videos really show who a person is and how aggressive they are wanting to do this job, passionate they are.
I mean, it hits home. I just had a conversation with a personal friend of mine. He's been trying to hire for 2 months. And then finally today I sat him down and said, okay, what's going on? He just said something he touched on. Somebody came to an interview. They didn't even read the job description. They just showed up because they got an interview with them.
Kills me.
I mean, it's such a waste of time for you as the person looking for work, let alone the employer. I mean, it's not always common sense, but at least people do the due diligence, and they have people like yourself in Mission Hire Me out there to kind of walk them through the process. People aren't always savvy on what to do, and that's why they need people like VetJobs and Mission Hire Me to coach them. I mean, that's what we do, right?
And by the way, it's not just military. I mean, military, maybe they don't have some, but I used to speak at colleges and universities all the time about when you graduate. And I can't tell you how many people, things that I took for second nature, they just didn't understand. They just didn't understand the follow-up letter. They didn't understand to do your due diligence before you go in for an interview. Find out who the person is that's interviewing. Get a little background. The other little cute story I used to tell is whenever I walked into an office, I would notice everything around the office. Are there pictures of this person with their family? Do they ski? Do they like movies? And then I'd go in and I'd make a comment in the interview to let them know I'm paying attention to everything around me. I'm so interested in your background. And the other big point that we try to do, and we try to make these come true in our videos, is what can I do for you? You're hiring me, you're paying me. So the most important thing is not what you can do for me, but what can I do for you? And to have that kind of in your pitch, which is what we help you with, it's so important.
Well, that's the right mindset to have these days. And it takes us oftentimes a long life lesson to get there. And sometimes it's an aha moment when you get it, right? Because again, that goes back to the cultural fit. It's not always about you benefiting. It's about how you can productively assist other people in life and on our journey. So that's part of this connection point. I think it's an absolute great program, Bill. I'm happy to have you today on the program. One last time, give people a shout out on where they could go to register and connect with you guys, please.
Yeah, just go to our website, www.missionhireme.com. And then the last tab over is our contact page. Sign up there. We usually get to you literally within a couple of hours. Everything comes to me and they come to my staff right away, and we will reply immediately to you.
Bill Barnett, ladies and gentlemen, from Mission Hire Me, we appreciate having you on today. Thank you very much.
Don, good to be with you.
All right, thanks so much for joining us for another edition of Salute to Industry.
Absolutely. And to register for services and learn more about other employment opportunities, visit us on the web at vetjobs.org/jobs for veterans. Take care, everybody.